सोशल मीडिया, न्यूज़पेपर, फ्रेंड्स, फैमिली या किसी अन्य सोर्स से कोविड-19 के बारे में, स्पेशली सेकेंड वेव के दौरान जो हमें न्यूज़ मिलती थी, वो सिर्फ एक ही विचार हमारे मन में पैदा करती थी और वो था डर। हम डरे हुए थे, चिंतित थे, ओवरवेल्म्ड थे और बहुत ही असामान्य तरीके का जीवन जी रहे थे। But under all these circumstances, medical and healthcare fraternity continued to serve the mankind, to celebrate their efforts, their dedication with a pinch of a prick. We bring to you जाने अनजाने मेरी कहानी मेरी। Welcome to episode 5 of Jaane Anjane season 2 with me Rajiv Mathur. Our guest today, Dr. Manish Prakash, is a leading ENT surgeon of the country. He did his MS from AIIMS, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, and MBBS from Maulana Azad Medical College, where he was a scholarship holder as well. He comes with more than 25 years of experience, surgical experience in India and outside. He is the CEO of Mayom Hospital, Gurgaon. Dr. Manish Prakash, जाने अनजाने में आपका बहुत-बहुत स्वागत और हम अभिनंदन करते हैं।
Thank you, and first I would like to, thank Mr. Rajiv Mathur, who is a dear friend, for hosting me today and on bringing me to this unique platform. जो कि मुझे लगता है कि बहुत लोगों को अपनी जो रियल स्टोरी है वो बताने के लिए बहुत अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है। एंड हाँ, हम प्रोफेशनली हम क्या करते हैं ये तो लोग हमें जानते हैं, लेकिन हम पर्सनली या हम कैसे पर्सन हैं या हमारी लाइफ कैसी है और हम लाइफ में क्या क्या करके यहाँ तक पहुँच पाते हैं कि ऐसे शो में हमें फीचर किया जाए, तो उसके लिए क्या क्या होता है ये जानना बहुत जरूरी है।
Starting the program, my first question to you is that give us your introduction. What do you do professionally?
So मैं एक ईयर नोज एंड थ्रोट ENT सर्जन हूँ और एक हेड एंड नेक कैंसर स्पेशलिस्ट हूँ। एंड I am trained at All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi and Maulana Azad Medical College. ये दोनों ही देश के prestigious medical institutions हैं, and I am lucky to have had my education from such institutes. And now I am practicing in Gurgaon for last 20 years, and I am also working as the CEO of Mayom Hospitals, Gurgaon. And apart from ENT practice and ENT surgery, I'm also involved a lot with the quality program of the hospital, also the management of the hospital, and also taking care of all the other specialities in the hospital as an overview, as a chairman of the various committees which we have in the hospital.
जाने जाने का सीजन 2 जब मैं कर रहा हूँ तो आपसे, आप मेडिकल प्रोफेशन के और लोगों से मैं बात करता हूँ, तो मुझे मेरा एक सवाल बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग होता है जो बहुत पहले से मैं इसका जवाब मुझे नहीं मिला कि एक तो डॉक्टरी की पढ़ाई इतनी मुश्किल है और काम इतना मुश्किल है। तो मेरा सवाल आपसे है कि इतनी मुश्किल पढ़ाई करके इतना मुश्किल काम आपको करना है, ये आपने कब सोचा और उसके बारे में हमें कुछ और बताइए।
So actually my father is a doctor, and many other people in my family have also taken up this profession. So जब मैं छोटा था, I was in my school days, this was the most natural career choice which was proposed to me by my father and my parents, and as an obedient child I had accepted their proposal, and not knowing what is there holding in future for me, I thought that okay, I will try to become a doctor and go ahead in this professional line. जब मैं छोटा था school days में, तो I was not a very let's say good student, and with a very illustrious father and a very well-performing elder brother, I was among the black sheep of the family. So I was the one who was always under the scanner of my father, that I'm not so good at studies and I'm not focusing on my studies. And it is I was very happy-go-lucky, type of child, and I was enjoying my childhood. And I'm still very happy for the fact that I've enjoyed my childhood very well. And I remember this, incident that in class 6th, I was appearing for my mathematics exam, and in the maths exam, I was very casual in my, approach, and somehow I failed in that exam. So I got 36, and 40 was the passing mark in that exam. So I was very upset and very worried, and I didn't know what to do. So I went to my sir, जो मेरे फादर को भी बहुत अच्छे से जानते थे, उनके पेशेंट भी रह चुके थे, तो I thought that I will get some brownie points from him, and I went up to him and told कि सर ये मुझे प्लीज पास कर दीजिए आप. So I remember उन्होंने मुझे ऊपर से नीचे तक देखा, 1 मिनट उन्होंने सोचा, और फिर उन्होंने बोला नहीं बेटा मैं तुम्हें पास नहीं करूंगा. तो he said कि अगर मैं तुम्हें आज पास कर दूंगा तो तुम मुझे हमेशा याद रखोगे कि ये वो सर है जिन्होंने मुझे पास कर दिया, और मैं तुम्हें नहीं चाहता कि तुम मुझे ऐसे याद रखो. So that was probably the turning point in my early life, where I thought that okay, you cannot get away with casual things in life, and you have to be serious towards your studies and everything. And from that day onwards, I became a more serious student and everything, and I ended up topping my class the same year. And I went back to my maths sir and told him, sir ये आपकी वजह से, because उस दिन आपने मेरे नंबर नहीं बढ़ाए, इस वजह से आज मैं फर्स्ट आके आपके पास सर वापस आता हूँ आपका रिपोर्ट कार्ड आपको दिखाने के लिए. And probably I remember this incident very clearly in my memory, and I still tell to my children about the same story. So yes, I had to work very hard in those days, attend lot of travel to give lot of exams, coachings, other things, and I could make up in the all India ranking. So मुझे दिल्ली की MBBS की सीट मिली मौलाना आजाद मेडिकल कॉलेज में, and I was very happy. My parents were also very happy at that point of time. So with my elder brother, he was already in Maulana Azad Medical College, so it was a very, very good thing that we could both reach into the same place and continue our career in our MBBS days. And after MBBS, when I qualified for our All India Institute of Medical Sciences exam, I was thrilled, because that's the place where every medical graduate wants to go. And I was, while in my MBBS, I was always thinking that, okay, I never thought that I would end up becoming an ENT doctor or a surgeon, because I never thought that ENT is a very exciting or a great stream or specialty to be in. And I always thought that, okay, I would like to go into neurosurgery or an orthopedic surgery or a general surgery. And these were the things which I was always dreaming of. So when in All India Institute of Medical Sciences में जब मेरा rank आया, तो मुझे उस rank पे I was not sure to get these choices which I was thinking of. And because of reservations and other things, also the amount of seats which were very limited. So I was thinking whether I should go for ENT or I should go for ophthalmology or I should go for medicine. And one of my friends, he suggested to me that, okay, this ENT is a very good branch. Okay, you can do general surgery in this also. You can do neurosurgery in this. You can also do orthopedic surgery. So somehow it clicked in my mind, and I thought that, okay, this is the branch which is giving me access to do both general surgery, like we do neck surgery, We can do endoscopic surgery, we can do cancer surgery, we can do laser surgery, we can also do brain surgery nowadays from the nose. So this is somehow it clicked, and I thought that, okay, whatever I dreamt of, I'm getting the option of doing all in one specialty. So that is where I thought, okay, let me take this forward, and that was the starting point of my training into ENT specialty, sir.
जैसा हमारे प्रोग्राम का ये कि मेरी कहानी मेरी जुबानी, तो आपकी जुबानी में हमने ये कहानी 6th क्लास का मैथ्स का पेपर और today where you have reached and doing so many things. Dr. Manish, last 2 years have been really tough for the entire world and especially for the medical profession. And आप लोगों ने एक मोर्चा संभाले हुए हैं. आप लोग, we have heard of shortage of everything but human resource. We have heard of nothing is available, but the doctors were always so. And I'm sure ऐसा आपके साथ भी बहुत सारा touching stories, heart touching stories हुई होंगी. जो is there anything that you want to share from all of us today?
COVID has been a revelation of sorts, and we have seen so many facets of human personality, human misery, human understanding, human cooperation, and teamwork, which has come to light. So it has been COVID एक ऐसी इवेंट हुआ जो कि हमने कभी सोचा नहीं था कि ऐसा होगा. हम अपने मेडिकल साइंस में हिस्ट्री में पढ़ते थे कि एक स्पेनिश फ्लू हुआ था, एक पैंडेमिक हुआ था, जो ऐसे इतने सारे लोगों को जिसने इफेक्ट किया था वर्ल्ड वाइड, और इतने सारे लोग उसकी वजह से मर गए थे. सो वी ऑलवेज यूज्ड टू थिंक, ओके, ये पुराने टाइम की बात है, और ऐसा उस समय जब रिसोर्सेज नहीं थे, मेडिकल साइंस इतनी डेवलप नहीं हुई थी, इतनी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं था, तब की बात होगी और तब शायद ऐसा हुआ होगा. एंड वी कुड नेवर इमेजिन दैट कि इन दिस 21st सेंचुरी, जहाँ मेडिकल साइंस ने इतना एडवांसमेंट कर लिया है, इतने रिसोर्सेज आ गए हैं, एंड इन अ प्लेसेस लाइक नेशनल कैपिटल रीजन ऑफ इंडिया, where we are having so many big hospitals, so many government hospitals, so much of infrastructure. We never imagined that a COVID-like tragedy or situation can happen in India or happen in this world. When we were in the first wave of COVID, we were feeling, okay, maybe USA में इतने सारे लोग मर गए, या इटली में इतने सारे लोग मर गए. So the perception of people was that no, Indians are tougher, and maybe we have our conditions, living conditions, and our hygiene conditions, and our ability to bear these illnesses is much stronger than the West, and that is why we are okay. But when the second wave struck, it was apparent that no, it's not, it's the virus which is a killer virus, and this is the one which is affecting so many people, and it is taking so many lives. So this all started because we thought, okay, there were some family members which got affected with COVID. So we thought that, okay, we can't say no to family members, and we started their admissions in the hospital. Before that, we were not taking any COVID admissions because we were predominantly a surgical facility and attending to a lot of surgeries. So because of the COVID outbreak, the surgeries were not happening, and we had postponed all the elective surgeries. So this is the time where I think that I'm not an ENT surgeon. I am also a MBBS. I'm also a physician. I'm also a doctor who has to be geared up to attend to such kind of medical emergencies. So that is the time where I donned my cap, my mask, and changed into my surgical scrubs, which became my uniform for the next 6 months. And I was going into ICUs, I was treating patients, I was attending to patients, I was intubating them, giving them CPR, putting them on ventilator, and also side by side managing the oxygen crisis which was happening, the deficiency of medicines which were there. So it was a very difficult task to manage both the things at the same time to bring about it. But there was all the staff was looking up to me, that okay, if sir is going into the ICU, sir is attending the patient, if sir is taking care of this, then if we have to also do it. And that is how we could garner a force of 150 200 employees, and all of them without any fear and or worry, they could help us as a team to save so many lives. So we transformed from a surgical hospital or a facility into a medical facility, and we helped more than 600 or 700 odd patients during that span of 3 months, where it was very difficult to secure a bed or access a bed or access any medicines in the hotspots of Delhi and NCR. I would like to mention about the pandemic, that the question. And after the COVID pandemic was receding, we started getting lot of patients with black fungus. And these patients for black fungus, जिसको हम लोग म्यूकर कहते हैं, ये एक ऐसा इन्फेक्शन है जिसमें 90% ऑफ पेशेंट्स मर जाते हैं हिस्टोरिकली. सो जब ये म्यूकर माइकोसिस ब्लैक फंगस जो कि हमारे ईयर एंड नोज एंड थ्रोट में होता है, ये इन्फेक्शन के पेशेंट्स हमारे पास आने शुरू हुए, तो हमें अगेन ये चैलेंज आया कि हमारे पास कोई भी दवाइयां नहीं मिल पा रही थी और हमें सिंपली सर्जरी के ऊपर रिलाई करना पड़ रहा था ऐसे पेशेंट्स को ट्रीट करने के लिए. एंड आई हैड टू ऑपरेट ऑन सो मेनी पेशेंट्स at length for at least 15 days, and while we are doing surgery for such patients, we have to stand on one leg, because we are from the other foot we are actually controlling all the various machines and the drill machines and the cautery machines and the debrider, jiski wajah se I also started having a problem in my foot. I developed flat foot because of overexerting and doing this particular thing, and then I had to take rest for almost 1 week to mend that problem. But म्यूकरमाइकोसिस और ब्लैक फंगस एक ऐसा जो प्रॉब्लम था जिसमें हमारा 90% पेशेंट्स का मोर्टेलिटी होता था. बट with timely surgery intervention we could save at least 75% of patients who came to us. And this was when we were not having any medicines which have been traditionally used to cure such kind of infections. So these were the other problems which we faced after the pandemic was over. These were the, let's say, the collateral damage which was happening to the patients. And in patients की मिजरी ऐसी थी कि उनके पास कोविड से तो जान बच गई, लेकिन ब्लैक फंगस में जान फंस गई. और उन पेशेंट्स के लिए उनके पास फाइनेंशियली उनके पास प्रॉब्लम रहती थी और उनको फिजिकली प्रॉब्लम रहती थी. एंड वी हैड टू टेक वेरी डिफिकल्ट डिसीजंस टू कि हमें इस पेशेंट की आई को सैक्रिफाइस करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि हमें पेशेंट्स की जान को बचाने की कोशिश करनी है. एंड दिस वाज द मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट डिसीजन टू टेक एज अ डॉक्टर, टू टेक as a family, to take as a relative, and to give consent for such kind of thing was a very moral, it was a moral issue for everyone. Also जब हमारे पास ऑक्सीजन की कमी हो रही थी, वेंटिलेटर्स की कमी हो रही थी, तो हमारे पास बहुत ऐसे पेशेंट्स हो रहे थे कि जिनको हम समझ नहीं पा रहे थे, हम जिनको चॉइस नहीं कर पा रहे थे कि हम किस पेशेंट को ऑक्सीजन दें और किस पेशेंट को ऑक्सीजन नहीं दें, क्योंकि हमारे पास ऑक्सीजन की कमी है. सो these are such decisions for which we have to live with these decisions for the rest of our lives.
Thank you, Dr. Manish. और ये वाला जो season 2 हम जाने कर रहे हैं, this is only to thank, felicitate and appreciate efforts of people like yourself, जिन्होंने tirelessly, selflessly for the society, for the mankind ये काम किया. So आपका इस बात के लिए एक बार बहुत आभार और अभिनंदन जाने अनजाने की तरफ से, मेरी तरफ से. Thank you so much for this. So Dr. Manish, one rather personal question, and this is the last one. Who is that one person who knows you the best?
So after so many years of marriage, it's got to be your wife, my best friend, Dr. Deepa. I would give this credit to. She would know me best because she would be able to predict how I would respond to a particular challenge, to a particular issue, and maybe over the years, as our common decision making has been, and I think she would know me best, and she would be the person to comment about me in that.
All right, so here we have Dr. Deepa ma'am. You're welcome to the show. And जैसा हम जाने अनजाने के कार्यक्रम में बोलते हैं कि जाने माने लोगों की अनजानी बातें, तो डॉक्टर मनीष जाने माने मशहूर सर्जन है, उनकी अनजानी बात हमने इनसे पूछा कि who is that one person who knows you the best, and obviously इन्होंने आपका नाम लिया. So thank you for coming, ma'am, and you're also a doctor.
Yeah, thank you for inviting.
You're also a doctor, and what do you do, ma'am?
So I'm basically a child specialist, pediatrician. So
Okay.
looking after the children basically in my house and also outside the house.
Very inside and out. Very well said. So, madam, ये बताइए कि Dr. Manish Prakash as a person, what do you want to say about him as a person? This is a public. So
It was a very sudden invite for me, and I'm completely taken aback suddenly, and I'm asked to say something about him in front of everyone. So yes, I know him now. It's been almost, I think, 22 years that we are together, and for me, he's more of a friend rather than my husband. Yes, for everything, like, he's the only person I just fall back to, and yes, that's all I would like to say.
Thank you so much, Dr. Deepa. Thank you so much. And thank you, Dr. Manish, once again for coming on the show. Ma'am, thank you to you as well. It's been really interesting talking to both of you today. Thank you very much.